Hello everyone, welcome back to this brand new video on the channel today, and today is another movie review, and today I will be reviewing Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I watched this movie yesterday, and I have a lot of things to say about this movie, because I was on the boat. I was super scared for this movie. Not for the sake I thought, like, it was going to be bad, but I kind of did actually have that. I kind of thought, after the first one, everyone absolutely loves that movie, and after just everything that's happened, with Chadwick's passing, it felt like one of those Marvel movies, and movies just in general, you had to get right. There was a lot of pressure, I think, from this movie to just be good. Because just think about if this movie was bad for a second. If Chadwick passed away and then the next Black Panther movie was, say, the worst Black Panther movie ever made, that would be sad. Like, that would not be great. And that would feel like a really big, just kind of middle finger to Chadwick's, I think, legacy. And just, it wouldn't feel right. It wouldn't feel right if it wasn't good. So I was insanely scared walking this movie that it was going to be bad. Because, honestly, Marvel has not been having the greatest time as of lately. And it really scared me. But I'm glad to say, after stepping out of this movie, it was good. This movie was the perfect send-off for Chadwick's character, and it was just a great movie, and one of the best of the year. Definitely for me, honestly. I'm sorry, it's hard to talk about, because this movie is so... There's a lot in this movie that I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about the good stuff, and I'm also going to talk about the bad stuff. So obviously this film is directed by Ryan Coogler, who made the first film, and the film's about T'Challa's family mourning him after his untimely death in the film's universe due to his real-life passing in real life, Rip Chadwick. But while this is happening, Wakanda becomes under threat from a secret country deep below the ocean's surface from one Namor the Submariner, which I was really happy to see. But like I alluded to, this is a good movie. Please go watch this movie just before anything. Go watch this movie, because I think it's a really great send-off to Chadwick. And it's still kind of crazy that it's been so long since his passing, but go watch this movie, because it just honors him so well. And I really want people to see it for that reason. Even if you're not a Marvel fan, just go see it for Chadwick, honestly. I think we can all do that, honestly. So is this movie perfect? No. Absolutely not. But is it a good movie? Absolutely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the good things, which there are way more good things than bad things. So I actually see this being a pretty quick review. But then I'll go over the bad a little bit later, and I'll just give you my overall thoughts at the end. First thing, though, I want to say about this movie is the impact it has. This movie is so powerful. It is incredibly powerful, and it's just it feels real. Honest to God. Every character in the film... Because it's going for this really serious tone, which I have also adored. Marvel movies usually don't go for this type of tone. And it's just so well done. It feels so impactful and heavy and important. And it feels like it's doing its best to just get you not only sucked into this world, but also just make you feel things. Like, everyone in this movie, every character is going through something. And it has something to do with Chadwick, and how they perceive Chadwick, and how they're mourning with him being gone. And it comes with that price where, as an audience member, you get sucked into this insanely quickly, because it's so relatable, because we've all went through the same thing. But it's incredibly powerful, and very well done from the actors, and it's downright kind of amazing how, relatable this movie is, and just how easily you get yourself sucked into this movie and just relate with all the characters. And I think that's the biggest strength of this movie. It's just the send-off portion where you put yourself in the position where you are the characters in this movie. And it's incredible in this movie. But honestly, I think everyone has a really good performance. There are a couple standouts. Latia Wright is downright incredible in this movie. I was kind of nervous how she would react from going to a side character to our protagonist. But she proves that she is more than capable of the job. She is downright incredible in this movie. And I was just so impressed by just how much passion and love she put into her performance. And just how much she wanted to make this the film I think Chadwick would have wanted. And it was incredible. And it was so well done. And I just give her a clap for that. Because that definitely wasn't easy to do. Especially filling up after his shoes. And just, wow, what a great performance all around. And then also Angela Bassett. Be honest, I honestly think that she might get an Oscar for this movie. If she doesn't at least get nominated, I will be dumbfounded, because she was, just like Shuri, incredible in this movie. You can just tell the amount of passion and just raw emotion she puts into her performance, and it just feels so damn real. And there are so many times when she has like little monologues or speeches that just, they brought a tear to my eye, because they were just so well done, and you could just tell that these characters were going through something, especially her being the mother of T'Challa and having her husband and her child die. It's incredible, like, the amount of passion that was put into it, and I just can't get over how amazing it was. It was just so well done. And also, Tanich Haruda, I hope I said your name right, I'm sorry if I didn't, as Namor, absolutely incredible. I really, really like Namor's first appearance in the MCU in this movie, because he is so well developed as a character. Like, honestly, I was getting flashbacks to T'Challa. I was getting flashbacks to Chadwick's performance, because you have this character who's put in this scenario where he has to lead this country that people aren't so sure of yet, you know? People don't even know, like, it exists in this movie. So he leads these people, and he does everything for them. And that's why he's such a compelling villain, in my opinion, is that everything Namor does in this movie, it's for his people. You can tell what he's trying to accomplish, and it doesn't come off as forced, it doesn't come off as rushed. Sure, he has feelings that obviously are not the best solution, but you can kind of get over that because you relate to him. You know why he's doing the things that they're doing. And like I said, very powerful. There are very powerful scenes of the backstory with this character that you just immediately understand what they're going for, and it's awesome. I loved it. I also want to talk about the action in this movie. Since it is a Marvel movie, there is a lot of action, and it is improved all around the board compared to the first Black Panther. The action in this movie is pretty good at times. Like, I really liked the scenes where they're underwater with all these different people, and the whales and the killer whales. I thought that was so cool, and it didn't look cheap, it looked good. Like, it looked really good, and there was so many great, like, choreography moments, like, just all around the movie that I was just impressed by, because I'm not the biggest fan of the first film. So when I watched this movie and I was generally finding myself enjoying the action scenes a lot more, I was just so relieved, because some of them are just so well done, so well put together, and the CGI mostly is pretty damn good, I won't even lie. Like, there are occasional moments where obviously the CGI isn't going to look amazing. You know, there are a couple moments with Black Panther at the end. There's a couple moments with Namor. Obviously, these are going to happen. But they were pretty good. Like, honestly, for the mass majority, I wasn't finding myself, like, complaining that much about the CGI. And also, the score of this movie is awesome. Like, the Black Panther 1 had also a really good score. But I think this movie actually trumps it. Like, there are so many good songs and themes in this movie, and they just work so well with the amazing cinematography that's at hand here too. Ryan Coogler, like, mixes certain scenes, like certain music with certain scenes, and it makes it just feel 10 times more powerful and impactful. And then scenes when there's no music at all, and it just shows a character's raw emotions on screen. And it made me cry, bro. It made me cry, because it's just, it's so emotional. It's such an emotional movie, and I'd be lying if I said I didn't tear up, because I did. I teared up a lot. There are a lot of scenes that were very impactful, and I just couldn't help it. Even if it was talking about Chadwick or other things in the film, you just got so into it, and I think that was another really good strength of this movie. And just, you know, like, little things here and there, like the cinematography and the score, really blend together and just make the experience 10 times more impactful. But even though this movie was really good, there are certain parts about it I don't like. Like, there are certain subplots put in place. There's two big ones. There's, like, a government subplot, and then they actually introduced Riri Williams into this movie, which is a comic book character that had never appeared before, and they throw her into this movie, and she's not needed. She really wasn't needed. I think they could have just waited for her show, which is coming out, I believe, next year. So, I don't think she needed to be in this movie. I like her and Latia Wright. I think they're both really good. And I think the main actress who plays Riri is fine, but it wasn't needed in this movie. It felt like, honestly, they were just trying to make a sequel, but then also a love letter to Chadwick. And I don't think it was needed to, like, make this, like, I'm setting up these certain things for this movie. I don't think it was necessary. Like, Namor was awesome, but I don't think they needed to set up the character of Ironheart in this movie. It honestly kind of dragged the movie out, and it felt way too long, because that's another big thing. This movie's too long. Unfortunately, this movie's too long. It's 2 hours and 45 minutes, and it honestly could have just been shaved down 20 minutes and been a 10 times better experience. Because honestly, I don't really have that much to complain about this movie. The only thing I would say is it's too long. And of course, there are occasional moments where the CGI looks kind of goofy, but that's just kind of how it is now, unfortunately, with Marvel, so... I still love it. I still love these movies, but yeah, but it's obvious now. This movie's amazing, honestly. In those aspects of being a love letter to Chadwick, it's incredible. And I loved the main plot of this movie with Shuri's journey, and I loved Namor as well. He was a great villain, and all just this put together makes for a really, really enjoyable experience, and that is why I'm giving Wakanda Forever an 8 out of 10. It is a solid movie in the MCU, especially right now where the MCU is kind of trying to find its footing right now. It's awesome. It's a great send-off for Phase 4, and I cannot wait to see where these characters progress in the future. But anyways, thank you for watching this video. Feel free to like and subscribe down below for more content. I'm hopefully going to be getting into more movie reviews soon, and I hope you have yourself a great day. See ya.